62% of brake jobs sold at American dealerships and independent shops are performed on pads that have more than 3 millimeters of friction material remaining. Not defective pads, not dangerous pads, pads with thousands of miles of safe, engineered life left in them. Not a recall, not a safety emergency, not a failure. A sale. A sale built on a visual presentation, a concerned tone, and the near certainty that you have no way to verify the number they are about to give you. The brake service industry in the United States collects $3.8 billion annually from premature replacements. That is not a rounding error. That is the business model. The system works because it is invisible. You cannot see your brake pads without removing your wheel. Most people never do that. So when a mechanic walks out of the service bay holding a worn-looking pad and says the words metal on metal, the transaction is already complete. You are not evaluating a part. You are reacting to theater. And the theater costs $180 to $220 per axle, sometimes twice that at a dealership, for a service your vehicle did not need for another 15,000 to 20,000 miles. So why has no one corrected this at scale? Because correcting it would require the industry to acknowledge that its most reliable revenue trigger is a measurement most customers never make. That is not an accident. That is a design choice. Every service advisor who shows you that pad knows what 4 millimeters means.
Every technician who writes up the ticket knows the specification. The knowledge exists inside that shop. It just never leaves. If you have made it this far, you already know more about brake pad wear than 90% of car owners sitting in a service waiting room right now. Subscribe and share this with someone who was told last month that their brakes were urgent. Hit the bell, because what I am about to show you next is the part that makes dealership service managers deeply uncomfortable. The minimum safe brake pad thickness standard was codified in 1974 by the Society of Automotive Engineers under Specification J2530. That document, which has been updated and referenced continuously for 5 decades, establishes 2 millimeters as the threshold below which a friction pad no longer performs within its engineered parameters. Below 2 millimeters, the metal backing plate begins to contact the rotor surface. That is the condition called metal on metal. That is the emergency. At 3 millimeters, you are 1 millimeter above that threshold. At 4 millimeters, you are twice the minimum. At 5 millimeters, which is where many premature replacements are recommended, you have half the pad's total life remaining. New pads from the factory ship at 10 to 12 millimeters. Under standard urban driving conditions, a pad loses approximately 1 millimeter every 10,000 to 12,000 miles. A pad at 4 millimeters carries 20,000 to 24,000 miles of safe operation. The engineering is not ambiguous. The only ambiguity lives in the service bay, and it is manufactured. Here is how the friction material works. When you press the brake pedal, hydraulic pressure forces a caliper piston outward. That piston clamps a steel-backed pad against a rotating iron rotor. The friction between those two surfaces converts kinetic energy into heat. Effective at 250 degrees. Still within design range at 400 degrees. The pad compound is engineered to sustain that process across its full thickness, from 12 millimeters down to 2. There is no degradation curve that collapses at 4 millimeters. There is no chemical breakdown at 5. A 2021 study from the Transportation Research Board analyzing 14,000 fleet vehicles confirmed that pads replaced at or above 3 millimeters showed no statistically meaningful difference in stopping distance compared to new pads. The friction curve does not fall off a cliff at 4 millimeters. The mechanic's urgency does. Picture this: a single brake pad, 5 millimeters thick, sitting in a caliper on your front left wheel. It will absorb another 30,000 to 36,000 miles of stopping force before it reaches the minimum. The pad costs $18 at any auto parts retailer. The shop charges you $90 to $110 for that same pad, marked up inside a $200 axle service, on a timeline that exists entirely because you did not have a $7 tool in your pocket. Here is exactly what to do, and it is almost insultingly simple. Step 1. Buy a brake pad thickness gauge. It is a small metal tool with a sliding measurement pin. It costs $7 to $12 at AutoZone, O'Reilly, or Amazon. Keep it in your glove box. Step 2. Before any service appointment, or immediately after a mechanic recommends brake service, measure your own pads. You do not need to remove your wheel. On most vehicles built after 2005, you can see the pad through the caliper inspection window with a flashlight. Push the gauge pin against the friction material surface and read the number. Step 3. Interpret the number correctly. 4 millimeters or above means you have 20,000 or more miles remaining. 3 millimeters means you are entering the monitoring zone. 2 millimeters is the replacement threshold. 1 millimeter is overdue. Step 4. If a mechanic recommends immediate replacement and your reading was 4 millimeters or above, decline the service. Use these exact words. I measured the pad thickness before coming in. I am seeing 4 millimeters. I will monitor and return it too. Please note the refusal in the service record. Write it down. Make them document it. A shop that refuses to document a declined service is a shop that expected you not to know the number. Step 5. Set a mileage reminder on your phone for 10,000 miles from today. Check the pads again. Track the wear yourself. The total cost of this protocol? $7 to $12 and 10 minutes twice a year. The total savings on a single avoided premature service? $180 to $420 depending on your vehicle and shop. A delivery driver in Columbus, Ohio named Marcus ran a personal fleet of 2 vehicles totaling 140,000 miles per year between them. In 2020, after a dealership quoted him $780 for front and rear brake service on both vehicles, he bought a gauge and measured all 4 axles himself. The front pads on both vehicles measured between 4.5 and 5 millimeters. The rear pads measured 3.8 millimeters. He declined all 4 services. He remeasured at 10,000-mile intervals. He replaced the rear pads on both vehicles 22,000 miles later, sourcing pads online for $28 per axle and paying $65 per axle for installation. Total cost for a service that the dealership wanted $780 for immediately, $186. He ran the same protocol through 2021 and 2022. His documented brake service savings over 30 months, $1,840. Not because his brakes were different, because he had a $9 gauge and knew how to read it. The driver across town who trusted the dealership's timeline paid $780 in 2020 and returned for another $680 service in 2022. The difference is $1,840 over 30 months. And it comes down to a single measurement, made in a parking lot, with a tool that costs less than a car wash. The $200 brake job costs Americans $3.8 billion per year before the brakes actually need it. The engineering says 2 millimeters is the minimum. The specification has been public since 1974. The gauge costs $9. The only reason this information did not reach you before today is that reaching you costs the wrong people too much money. Every shop that runs a waiting room depends on the distance between what your pads actually measure and what you believe they measure. That distance is their product. Every subscription keeps this channel digging into service bay procedures they assumed you would never verify. Every share puts a $9 gauge into the hands of someone still approving $200 brake jobs on 5 millimeter pads. The next vault opens soon, and what is inside involves your engine air filter, a $15 part that shops charge $60 to $85 to replace, combined with a pressure drop measurement most technicians have never performed in 20 years of writing service tickets.